Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. If you joined me on Tuesday, I shared this fun fold card with you using our beautiful Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper and being able to see both sides of it. Also, I shared that these beautiful dies and stamps are soon to be gone. And so what I'm going to do today is show you a trick using these dies to get a different layering look. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take these two dies and I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to bring in my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these dies with a piece of painter's tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the inside of that die. Because these match each other so well, we can easily add some layering techniques that are a little bit different than normal. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out the inside of that die. Now, I thought I had another piece of painter's tape. I don't see it right offhand, but hopefully that will stay put for me as I run it through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. One thing with the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, it works better if you make sure those dies are straight where I want them. If you stagger your cutting mats, normally we think of them being straight, but there's the other piece of painter's tape on the other side of my machine. So what I did was when I ran it through, it's got a different layer to it. Just makes it easier for it to run through. So we've got that. What I'm going to do is pull that painter's tape off. If it is newer painter tape, you need to go a little bit slow so that it doesn't rip your cardstock. But what you do get is a nice layering frame by cutting the inside of that out. Now I will use that piece for another card, and what I have done is I've saved a piece that I cut out with white, and we're going to use that with the So Sentimental dies, and we're going to do the Sending Hugs. And we're going to stamp that. Next, what I'm going to do is create that fun fold again for you. I want to do this side of the paper, so I am going to score it at the 1.5 and then at the 6 3/4. So we're going to push that through and score it at the 6 3/4. And that is going to allow that bigger print up front. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere that to the base of the card. Now I used a piece of the Gorgeous Grape that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this gives a firm base for my card. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that sheer ribbon. I'm going to add a little adhesive that just helps me to hold it in place while I tie my knot. Lay that there. Go ahead and tie. I don't know if I think I gave myself maybe enough room to go ahead and tie a bow this time. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and tie a double knot to hold it down, and then we're going to see if we can't get enough ribbon here to tie a pretty bow. Maybe I cut it too thin, so we'll just leave it with a square knot. Angle that. You know, last time I took the polka dot ribbon. Let me see if I can find the polka dot ribbon, and if I can't, oh, here it is. And I tied it around. This time I'm just going to use a scrap of the polka dot ribbon and tie it right in that knot. I did a retreat with Amy Combs from California online, and it's so cool when you watch other demonstrators do little tricks that it's like I never thought of. And Amy's like signature that she kept doing was using little scraps of ribbon that you may have laying around to tie them to get a double image, and I so like that idea. I had never done that before, but that's become my new standard here lately. When I go to tie a bow, instead of a bow, just doing the knot and using that scrap piece of paper. So I've got this. I'm going to take my piece of Whisper White. This measures 3 3/4 by 5. Put that on the inside so that it shows off both sides of that Designer Series paper. Next, what I'm going to do is do that layering technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that die that I had cut the inside out, and I am going to put dimensionals around the outside so that it pops up. I'm even going to use some at the top. So what I'm going to do is just take the edge of my dimensionals and just cut some little slits in the scrap piece of the dimensionals so that it'll really pop that frame right up. I'm going to go ahead and remove those pieces. The Pick-A tool works wonderful for picking up those little pieces off your dimensional. And then they're all in one place so that you can just grab them and toss them into the wastebasket. I think I missed this little one right here. I'm going to grab that. Going to put that greeting right, or that layer right there, and then the greeting is going to go inside, and I am just going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus so that it'll go inside that die cut. And so I don't know how well you can see it on the video, but it just gives more of a layer to your design. Then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and grab my pastel pearls, and I am going to add them to that die. And there you have a fun fold with a die cutting technique, I'll call it. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.